I need you to understand something before we go any further. What I'm about to share with you, I didn't find this through official channels. I didn't receive this from any government press release or declassified FOIA request. This came to me through back channels, retired intelligence officers who can't sleep at night, former aerospace engineers who watched something get buried that should have been the biggest story in human history. And after 6 months of following this trail, I can't unsee what I've seen. The Fermi Paradox asks a simple question: where is everybody? With billions of potentially habitable planets in our galaxy alone, why haven't we detected any signs of intelligent life? Why is the universe so silent? But here's what keeps me awake at night. What if the silence isn't an absence? What if the silence is a strategy? The zoo hypothesis proposes that advanced civilizations know we're here. They've always known. They're watching us, studying us, maintaining a strict non-interference protocol. Like scientists observing animals in a controlled habitat. We're specimens, and the cage is so large we don't even realize we're in one. But what if they've been taking us? Case file Alpha, The Harvest. March 25th, 1948, Aztec, New Mexico. You've heard of Roswell. Everyone has. But Aztec? Aztec is the incident they really wanted buried. The memo describes a recovered craft approximately 100 feet in diameter, intact. But it's not the craft that concerns me. It's what was inside. 16 bodies, humanoid, small, gray skin described as having the texture of shark leather. But here's the detail that never made it into the conspiracy documentaries. The bodies weren't alone. In a sealed chamber inside the craft, investigators found biological material, human biological material, tissue samples, organs, all preserved in some kind of gel medium. The samples were organized, methodically, scientifically, like a collection, like specimens in a laboratory. The military doctor, Dr. Detlev Bronk, wrote in his personal notes, "The biological specimens recovered suggest a systematic harvest spanning multiple decades. The subjects appear to have been categorized by genetic markers, purpose unknown. They'd been collecting us for at least 37 years before we even found the craft." But physical evidence can be hidden. They can't erase the memories. Case file Bravo, The Bedroom. Her name is Angela Reed. September 14th, 2009. Angela woke up at 3:33 a.m. She couldn't move. Complete paralysis. There were figures in her room, 3 of them, standing at the foot of her bed. Impossibly thin, elongated limbs, heads too large, eyes that reflected light like an animal's. They didn't speak. They communicated through sensation. Don't struggle. This won't hurt. But it did hurt. She felt something cold pressed against her inner forearm, a burning sensation, like frostbite and acid. She woke up at 6:17 a.m., nearly 3 hours of missing time. Here's what makes Angela's case different. She had evidence. A perfectly circular puncture wound on her forearm. Beneath the skin, a hard nodule. They removed it surgically. The object is metallic. Composition includes isotopes that don't naturally occur on Earth. Nanotechnology beyond our capabilities. The doctor who performed the surgery later said, "I've been advised not to pursue this matter." Advised by whom? Dr. Roger Lear removed 17 similar objects from abductees before he died. One object, when placed near a magnetic field, moved on its own, as if trying to escape. These aren't psychological phenomena. These are physical artifacts. Someone is implanting tracking devices into human beings, and they've been doing it for decades. What happens when trained military observers see them? Case file Charlie, the Tic-Tac incident. November 14th, 2004, the USS Nimitz Carrier Strike Group, Commander David Fravor, Top Gun graduate, 4,000 flight hours. He encountered an object hovering above the Pacific Ocean. White, smooth, oblong, shaped like a Tic-Tac breath mint. No wings, no exhaust. It was mirroring his movements. Then it did something that violates known physics. It accelerated, instantaneously. From a dead hover to supersonic velocity in less than a second, the G-forces would liquefy a human pilot. It disappeared and reappeared 60 miles away in 2 seconds. That's over 100,000 miles per hour. In 2017, the Pentagon confirmed the footage. Commander Fravor is risking his reputation because he knows what he saw, and he knows we're not alone. So, what are they? The easy answer is extraterrestrial, but that creates problems. The distances are too vast. Some researchers propose a more disturbing explanation. They're not extraterrestrial, they're extra-dimensional. Quantum mechanics tells us there could be additional spatial dimensions. They're not traveling through space, they're slipping between dimensions. That explains the instantaneous acceleration, the lack of sonic booms. And if that's true, then they've always been here. Not visitors, neighbors, sharing the same cosmic address, but existing in a frequency we're only just beginning to perceive. We're not being visited, we're being managed, shepherded, harvested. I started this investigation looking for answers. I found certainty. Certainty that we are not alone. Certainty that something has been watching us, studying us, taking us. The government released those Navy videos because they can no longer hide it, that we are not the apex species on this planet, that we never were. I want you to think about something tonight when you're lying in bed. Think about Angela Reed. Think about Commander Fravor. Think about the biological specimens. How many people never came back? Tonight, when you look up at the stars, understand that they're looking back. The invasion isn't coming. It's already here, and it's been silent because they want it that way. The question isn't whether we're alone anymore. The question is whether we've ever been free.